What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to ICNV Driver's Edition, and today I got another interesting topic I feel like I need to share with you. For those of you that don't know, I'm actually considering getting rid of my Corvette, my C8 Z06s Corvette that I call Zeus. And what I'm looking to do is possibly upgrade to something different. So I'll just be fully transparent with you. I'm about 30% sure I'm going to move Zeus for another vehicle, let's just say in the sports car or supercar platform range. But then at the same time, I'm also about 30% sure I want to upgrade Zeus to something else with more performance on the C8 platform. So realistically, I sit back some days and I go over the fact I'm about 25% sure maybe I should upgrade it for some form of a performance SUV or some form of a luxury car, because truthfully, I've always been a luxury car owner that just likes performance with its luxury cars. So that part of me still has an itch I'm trying to scratch. But at the same point in time, what I can sit there and say to you is, and if you take all of that into consideration, I'm truthfully about 85% sure I'm going to move Zeus. And because of that, I have gotten behind the wheel of some really nice and unique cars the past few months, or should I say during this process. And overall, what I would like to say to you is there is still 15% part of me that feels like the best option may be to keep my Z06s Corvette that I call Zeus. But in the midst of all that, getting behind the wheel of these other cars, I'm going to share that with you in a later video and share the experiences, because honestly, some of these cars have actually surprised me and some have disappointed me. But again, this is not the video for that. But what I will say is I accidentally got behind the wheel of an E-Ray, and that was an interesting experience for me. So now that accidental test drive, that accidental information, or should I say exposure, has me now thinking, should I upgrade Zeus to an E-Ray? And what makes this conversation unique, and the reason why we are here today, is because I just left the Corvette event, and one of the conversations that kept coming up is, should I get a Z06 or should I get an E-Ray, which most people lean towards the Z06. And then a lot of people, they bash the E-Ray. And then on my social media platforms like Facebook, I get a lot of people reaching out, owners of C6s, C5s, and C7s who are looking to upgrade their cars, asking me, well, should I get a Z51 or should I get an E-Ray? And because I'm in the position I am in now, where I'm contemplating or getting my thoughts together and trying to decide whether my next move will be to upgrade my C8 to an E-Ray, I feel like this is a topic I need to cover. So I'm going to share with you my thoughts on this conversation. We can dive into the differences between the two cars, which one should be your choice, or should I say, why would you choose one car over the other? So let's dive into, should you get an E-Ray or a Z51, or in my case, should I upgrade to an E-Ray? Let's talk about it. Okay, so let's start off like this. We all know the basics about both cars, but when you're looking at both cars, you got to understand that they're two different powertrain platforms. And when it comes to the powertrain, the Z51 is more of a performance package for the base Stingray that enhances the car performance using the naturally aspirated V8, which delivers 495 horsepower. The package is focused around track performance with improved aero and handling. Now, when you look at the E-Ray, it's a hybrid platform that combines the traditional V8 motor from the Z51 with an electric motor to achieve all-wheel drive capabilities and boosting the performance of the base C8. It delivers a total output of 655 horsepower, increasing acceleration capabilities up to 125 miles per hour, and it also enhances the torque delivery of the car. but that's all from the front-wheel drive platform. When you look at the technology used in the two cars, the Z51 offers performance upgrades through the exhaust system, brakes for better stopping power, and suspension for better handling at high speeds. While the Z51 is lighter, focusing on pure performance and driving dynamics, the E-Ray is a heavier car due to the hybrid components, but offers better 0 to 60 times. It offers better quarter-mile times, and the acceleration to 125 miles per hour as a result of the components are way better on the E-Ray platform. The technology on the E-Ray uses advanced hybrid technology along with regenerative braking to utilize unique driving modes centered around the hybrid platform to increase the performance of the Stingray by amazing margins by utilizing the electric motors to power the front wheels and enhancing the horsepower and torque delivered to the car through the all-wheel drive capabilities of the vehicle. To me, the Z51 is built for traditional sports car enthusiasts looking for maximum performance through traditional design and engineering. The owners with concerns about extra parts, braking, and technology being too advanced, or should I say long-term repairs and maintenance costs, the Z51 may seem like the better option. But the E-Ray is for the owner seeking more through the use of technology to maximize the performance that the car has to offer. It offers better performance and fuel efficiency by improving the fuel consumption of the vehicle. And when you add the benefits of the all-wheel drive system to keep the car planted and put power to the ground more efficiently, you get a more high-performing vehicle utilizing the C8 Z51 platform. But the E-Ray, to me, comes with a better upgraded braking system that isn't even offered on the Z51 that comes from the higher performance version of the C8 Z06. The wide bodiness of the E-Ray also makes it better for handling and channeling air for more performance capabilities on the track. So all the benefits of the technology used to make the Z06 a better track monster has also been carried over to the E-Ray platform minus the high wing. So if you look at both cars in this aspect, to me, the E-Ray is built to actually outperform the C8 Z51. And if you can find one for a fair price or what you may consider a reasonable price, I truly believe the E-Ray may be the better choice to go with. Okay, so let's look at it like this. When we think of the Corvette C8 E-Ray, the biggest problem we have with the C8 E-Ray is the fact that it's electric. But a lot of people complain about that being marketing. Now, I look at it from a different aspect because there's so many people that actually believe that if they call the C8 E-Ray the Grand Sport, that it would sell better. And my thought process is, if the car doesn't change, it's the same C8 E-Ray platform, but because you call it the Grand Sport, people hear the Grand Sport name, they go out and buy the car knowing it's the same vehicle. Something is wrong with you, because you really need to take a deeper thought in your thought process, because if you're letting the word E-Ray or the phrase E-Ray because it's something new change your stance on buying the car, but if they label it a Grand Sport because it has tradition, you'll purchase it. Something's wrong with your train of thought. Now, I'm not trying to be offensive, but I guess that is kind of offensive. But in the overall grand scheme of things is, I want to say it to you like this. When we go back to this marketing campaign, I really believe that's the thing. See, look, they have a class and they have a major in college called marketing. They have marketing positions at different jobs. And they actually have what they call, or should I say, what they test the public and consumer to figure out how certain things will come across with potential buyers in a marketing campaign. So overall, marketing is very critical in the process of buying something. Now, I feel like the marketing aspect of the E-Ray was fumbled because I still attend Corvette's events. Honestly, like I said before, I attended a Corvette event, and when talking to most people about the E-Ray, most Corvette loyalists, because they have cars, whether they're C6s, C7s, in some cases C5s, that are looking to upgrade to the C8 platform, I feel like budget-wise, but I'm not trying to judge people's pocket, many of them aren't really in the price range of an E-Ray, so maybe they use the E to justify them not taking that big of a jump. But at the same point in time, they still, or should I say, I still come across people that believe the E-Ray is a plug-in hybrid. And I feel like that's the problem with the E-Ray. GM didn't market it right. They didn't put enough information out, or they didn't expose enough people with the correct information, because when you let us sit back, or you let consumers sit back, they always try to compare or relate the car to something else. So many people actually believe that the E-Ray works the same as the BMW i8. The BMW i8 was a plug-in hybrid platform. So you have a lot of people saying they don't want to buy this car, or they don't want to own this car because they feel like it's trickery, or it's a hoax, or some other, fugazi type name or product being sold, that meaning that once you drain the battery, like the BMW i8, the regeneration process isn't that quick or that frequent, and now you're just driving around with a base C8 that for a few moments, or that for maybe the first part of a drive, has this extra boosted horsepower from the electric motor option. So people don't want this gimmick. That's the word I was looking for. People not trying to buy this gimmick called a C8 E-Ray, and many people think the car is actually a gimmick. Then you have the small few that actually believe that it's a bogus platform compared to the Acura NSX, meaning they share some type of performance capabilities, but because the Acura NSX has an extra electric motor around the engine, and it helps pervert, or should I say, that extra motor, for people that don't understand, actually helps prevent the turbo lag that you get from a turbocharged car. But since the C8 doesn't have a turbo lag issue with the E-Ray platform, that extra motor is not there. So people not understanding how the Acura NSX platform works, but believe the C8 E-Ray would be a better option because of the extra horsepower compared to an Acura NSX, when you don't understand, or they don't understand how the platform truly works, they feel like GM dropped the ball somewhere along the line. And let me explain it to you like this. When I talk to most people, and this is not even just pure Corvette consumers, buyers, and people in the Corvette market space, but when I talk to most people, they don't even understand how the hybrid platform truly works, because what they can't seem to do is wrap their minds around how you can create an all-electric car that can outperform a gas engine car from a dig from 0 to 155 miles per hour. But then when you combine the electric car with the gas engine, the engine outperforms the electric motor after 122 miles an hour, and the torque, or the crazy acceleration, is really only there for a short stint. So I think this is what confuses a lot of people when it comes to the hybrid platform with cars, because they're really looking for, I'll take it one step deeper. They don't understand how you can create a hybrid platform and the car can only drive, say, 22, maybe 30 miles on full EV juice, and it still doesn't have the acceleration of all electric car. They don't understand why still having the gas engine should be an additional assist, that the mileage increase only goes up maybe 100 miles per gallon. They don't understand why you can't seem to get astronomical better gas mileage. So on the performance side with the all-electric versus the hybrid platform, the hybrid platform doesn't seem as impressive. And I feel like that's part of the reason why the hybrid platform car gets the bad rep. But that's just my perspective, and like I said, from what I hear from the conversations I have with people about hybrid platform performance cars. So at the end of the day, I feel like if this truly gets addressed better, if people are made to understand how the hybrid platform can not only help improve the performance of the car, but how it sustains it, and maybe explain why the torque is there and how long the torque lasts, people need to feel like that they're actually getting a true benefit from owning this car. I think the easy way out of what we hear all the time is, well, I need to know the long-term cost of ownership of this hybrid platform being integrated to the car, because it is new technology. And let's be real, the vast majority of Corvette owners, Corvette loyalists, people that have been loyal to the Corvette brand for the last 10 to 15 years, historically, it is the sports car, the supercar purchased by the retired workman. And what does that mean? That means they're typically living on a fixed income, a fixed budget, and they don't have a lot of extras to pay, or they're not looking for extra bills to add to their plate because they're living on a fixed income. So when you live on a fixed income, things like this matter, and I feel like that's why the base C8 is more appealing to people or to these buyers, because it has a history, it's a proven product. But in my eyes, I see the engine in the base C8 as a proven product as a plus when it's added to the hybrid platform, because I don't know, I mean, there's a part of me that feels more confident in the E-Ray versus the Z06, although I know the Z06 is actually the better performance car to own. But that's just my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Overall, I say when it comes to choosing which car is the best car for you, I think it comes down to what you're looking to get out of your vehicles. The Z51 to me is not a bad option, especially for someone that doesn't want to spend a lot of money and they're looking to get a naturally aspirated Corvette with a mid-engine platform that can be very capable of giving you supercar feel and appeal. When you're looking for just a little bit more, to me, the E-Ray may be the way to go, especially right now, considering that many people are running away from the E-Ray. So the discounts on the car are tremendous right now. And if you can find one in a price range that works for you, I believe you may not be disappointed in what you get, and you may find there may be more advantages to this car than you actually thought about or were looking to have in your ownership of a car. The E-Ray to me is a bargain or a steal under $90,000. That's my belief. If you can find a car that works for you somewhere around $92,000 or less, and if you ask me, if I was starting out today looking to buy a Z51 or an E-Ray, and I had an option to get an E-Ray, a nicely equipped E-Ray, a 2LZ convertible E-Ray, somewhere around $92,000 with less than 10,000 miles, it would be hard for me to say no. And that's just my thoughts. ICNV Driver's Edition. Go ahead, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Join the ICNV Driver's Edition community. This is an interactive community, which means if you hit me up at any one of my social media platforms or in the comments below, I'll do my best to respond. And if the topic you bring up is interesting enough, just like this one, I may even shoot a video on it. But don't forget, we're also a community of car enthusiasts that love to drive cars to make you turn your head, that aren't your everyday people movers. And if you feel like you're one of those individuals, go ahead, lock in with your boy, subscribe to the channel, We have more interesting content coming your way, and you don't want to miss out on what we got to share. But remember, we were all made in his image and given dominion over the world, which means we weren't just meant to be. So chase your dreams, build your visions, never ever give up, and embrace your own identity. It is okay to be unique. He's not done with you, and he's definitely not done with me. Don't be afraid to embrace your gift, step into your calling, because you were given everything that you need to be the best version of you that you possibly can be. Just remember to stay humble, stay focused, and stay blessed. And I'll see you in these streets. Peace.